তো হ্যালো গাইস, আসসালামু আলাইকুম। কি অবস্থা সবার? আশা করি সবাই ভালো আছেন। ফার্স্ট টাইম এরকম একটা নতুন রকমের একটা গেম খেলতেছি আমি। এরকম গেম আগে কখনো খেলি নাই। তো অবশ্যই এটা চ্যালেঞ্জিং হবে আর ইন্টারেস্টিং হবে। তো টাইম ওয়েস্ট না করে গেম খেলা স্টার্ট করি। আমি নর্মাল গেম খেলবো। কনভার্সেশন সাবটাইটেল অন, শর্ট বার্ড সাবটাইটেল, তো সিনেমেটিক সাবটাইটেল। আচ্ছা, continue.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
কি করবো? Okay, hold enter to escape. No, I don't want to escape. Okay. Seniors learn well. It has content. Like আমার কাজ কর।
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left to drift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Just a second. কি করবো? Okay, body. আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। কারণ কি মানে একটা সান। Point attributes 1 6. What is that? LED man.
Very low likelihood of explosive cell death.
আমি যেগুলোই নেব এখান থেকে পয়েন্ট কম। আচ্ছা তাই পরে এম্পাওয়ারমেন্ট কি কিছু এম্পাওয়ারমেন্ট parts health rate, intelligence, perception, and critical damage. I mean, সবগুলোরই আর that skill points 100 minutes.
What I wouldn't pay to see you challenge the chairman to fisticuffs.
Range, council, die, persuade, persuade, Intermediate. Starship medical. Confusion.
You certainly know your way around a MacPic.
Check.
Your skills would have been wasted in a corporate lab.
Okay. Leadership.
You would have made Outpost Administrator within a year. I hope we haven't lost that silver tongue to frostbite. You're going to be hard to kill, though not from lack of trying. A gunslinger. Oh, they're going to tell stories about you from here to Hephaestus. Good for you. Don't let the board tell you what you're meant to be.
Collective. Theater. Okay. Bonus. Bit like an nice, but entry level career for spending. Humanities village, of course. Frontier was ambitious enough without worrying about. You had the rest of your life. String effect duration.
Ah, pencil pushing. A noble profession.
Years upgrade. No. Electro class 1. Factory worker. Card. Senator. Baseball team. Inspector.
Can you really compete with a Spacer's Choice frozen dinner?
You will take a mail pay. Connect. This boy is cute. Into this is good eye color. This is red eyes. Red eyes stuff. এটা সুন্দর লাগে। ঠিক আছে। Yeah. Just tell. अपना actually তো পরে মানায় না এটাও খারাপ এইটা খারাপ এটা ভালো আমি এটা রেড রেডের সাথে রেড মানে Eyebrow style. Like this. দেখি না। Facial hair. क्या करना? Start. Start. Page. Nice. Sure. Yes. In next. It is skills. Okay. So guys, দেখি গেমটা স্টার্ট করি। আল্লাহ।
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
তো সে কি করবে? আমাকে কার্টটা ক্রিয়েট করতে হচ্ছে।
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
এরা
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down to 90%. Skip drive
Shit.
inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck!
Okay. So, কি করবো? পারছো? আর কি হইলো বুঝলাম না। Falcon Observer. Volume 60. For the Hope.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry, I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Okay. Over.
Ah, you've landed. Good. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh?
Fast run.
Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
এখানে কেউ কি মরছে? Game is smooth. Okay. Key. F control. Okay. F shift to sprint. রাস্তা পাইছি গেমটা অনেক ইন্টারেস্টিং আপাতত কিছু এটা ওকে আমি বুঝি না
Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
I don't know. See you later. Okay, so live photo পারবে এটা একটা ভালো জিনিস নাহলে অনেকগুলো গেমে লাইভ ফটো পারে না
Hey, you, come here.
হ্যাঁ ভাই
You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings.
medical 5C I'll patch you. What happened to you? Okay.
We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters.
What about the murder?
Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Someone grounded their ship. Legally, hunt them down for intermediate. You're an idiot. Give gun before. Got a better idea. I've got to help you.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
Now tell me where I am getting the whole ammo. Okay?
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Okay. Truck. Double it up.
Damage my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
Technical time dilation. Compilation. Stemming from being revived after an extended hibernation. Brain process time. Bug. Cover, control banana. Okay. Hacking and picking clock. Your hacking and lockpicking skill will help you to get into places. Later. Got it. Okay. কি করবো আছে এইটা কি কোন দিকে যাও কেমটো না কিন্তু Oh my god. Wait. Hold. Take her. Bitch. Okay. I don't know. Weapon management. Take care of your T and L weapon. Take care of your enemies. You can have inventory. Consumable. Adrenaline. Emergency medic. Stranger in a strange land. Health कैमने बढ़ा है? Automatic. Okay. करो करते. What?
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
It's just a landing violation, let it go. So I found one of your team hold up in a cave. After deal. Not impressed.
You pulling my limb? I mean, yeah, of course. Marauders. Bunch of addle-brained derelicts. I could round them up all by myself. I just, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son.
Acha, pursued. Do special choice guard background from a challenge? I intimidate guess I'll have to give you a 0 on my customer satisfaction survey. Don't worry. You sit it. I'll handle it. Leave conversation coward. Okay.
Seriously? But those marauders will... Ugh. You know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Thank you. Come.
Get him!
I just earned a fine bonus.
Waste of company ammo.
Oh, come on. This bird. Okay. Okay. তাও তো মরছে এখানে ওরা কই এটা হাই কে আছে ওরা কি
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Unauthorized access of... Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
What are you going to do? Self-destruct? I'm here to appropriate anything. I don't have to talk to that. Yeah.
Jetstream procedures initiated. Please engage in airlocks. Prepare to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, I'm supposed to happening.
You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
Okay. I need to get this there.
I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Hawthorne was supposed to meet me. That was said. I'm sorry. Your captain and remember my escape.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
Get it? You need me to be Hawthorne and you can fly. Okay, not Hawthorne. Hawthorne is dead.
I understand. You are speaking metaphorically. You wandered outside this ship and experienced a permanent, life-changing encounter. The old you is dead. Welcome back, Captain Hawthorne. I extend felicitations and congratulations on your life-changing experience.
Great. Let's get out from here.
Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
Okay. Where I'm supposed to find something like that? I doubt I'll find a part like this that's just sitting in a garage.
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Okay. Yeah. Eddie, I got this. Thanks, Captain Hawthorne. Unreliable. I like it. Knock it off. Captain Hawthorne is not.
Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Level up. Still imp. Now what? 100 million. If you dialogue. কি এগুলা কি করতে পারবো না বাট আইসে dialogue build tech technique okay apply parks parks কি page health 50% practical time dilation তো অনেকগুলা পার্কস আছে টায়ার 1 টায়ার 2 এদিকে আরো দেও আছে 20 speed park is weapon and ammo durability combination XP I think at first life is important একটাই পার্ক এই reputation neutral new journal কি আছে কি ভাই এখন কাজ কি আচ্ছা ভিতরে কি আছে
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain. I suppose everything on the Unreliable belongs to you now, Captain. Help yourself. No, really.
নাইস আমি এখানে ওয়েপন পাইছি বাট এখানে পাবো আরো আশা করি
Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself.
after rectification specific would you like to spend 500 pesos and all your
Right before he died. The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed.
okay কি একটা নোট উপরে কিছু টয়লেটে
Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown.
okay আছে আর কোনো গান আছে? সবকিছু সব use workbench কি হয়? Here, hello, add তো ওকে ওকে এটা ওকে এটার সাথে ওইটার শেয়ার করতে আবার যে বন্ধুশো অনেক কিছু এগুলো আনলো ওপেন করতে হইলো আমাকে
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
I don't have a job. I got scholarship safety sector at a do you take down payments in weapon violence? I don't have a job.
I'll waive your fee since you helped us with those marauders. If you're looking for work, talk to the constable down in Edgewater. She's got a bounty on marauders. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Okay. Take care. কোন দিকে যাবো যাবো দৌড়া ভাই গেমটা গ্রাফিক্স খারাপ না অপটিমাইজেশন কিছুটা আমার কাছে লাগতেছে What? Come on,
Blade!
Anyone else? Oh, that's nice. Enemy kill. Placement. Beat courage light on. No, অনেকগুলা I think ওরা bandit টাইপের must be bandit এগুলা কি পাবো না কেমন যেন ল্যাগ দিচ্ছে একটা
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
I don't know. Emerald. Hey. First of all, is a convenient way. Edgewater disco.
Had your rations yet?
Yep.
Speaker antenna disc.
Miss Holcomb, I need to explain this with
The grease monkey. Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
You must be town boy. I'll wait until you finished.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you may have the wrong idea about me. What are you talking about? I don't work for special. First one.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator. I don't plan on staying long.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Okay. Trying myself, Muslim na.
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean? That's a lot to ask of a stranger. Tell me about the geometrical plan.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Tell me why I need to do. What a surprise. I never would have. Don't think these people will take kindly to losing their powers. Even murderers. Murderers aren't people.
The people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Okay. If you want me to solve disaster problem, I charge by the head.
Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
How will I recruit an Adelaide? You can't promise?
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
These workers must have left town for a reason. What if Adelaide doesn't want to check? You are asking community.
That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
Alright. Great, I'll see what can I do.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure, I could use your company. Nice.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Okay, companion. NP new manager Simon. You gained a companion, their character that join you in your adventures, help in a variety of ways. Question. তো আমি আমার এখন okay.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Got a sec? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Okay, this is about the deserters. So what is the other side of it? Figures read didn't exactly strike me as the most honest soul. What is said seemed pretty straightforward to me. If I wanted to deal with nouns, I wouldn't be this heavily armed. That's okay.
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I can blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issue. How well did you know the deserters? You worked with them, were friends, but did you know the Adelaide Reed mentioned? I'm sure deserters.
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
Did you know
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
You can't leave it at all at that. We were redundantly arguing.
Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her. Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Acha, there are more. I suppose I couldn't hurt. We'll stop by.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Oh my god. What is it?
I'm going. Sure thing.
What is this X? That's it.
Heading out. Got it. Heading back.
Okay. Z hold করলে কি হয়ে যায়? Altuna Canary. Edgewater. Lots of missions. I'm sure এখানে অনেকগুলো পার্বতী, হ্যাঁ, এশিয়ান নেই, পার্বতী এশিয়ানদের। Come on, come on. Come on.
That's the last of them.
Okay. এর কাছে কি আছে? এখন ইনভেন্টরিতে কিছু আছে? এটা রিপেয়ার লাগবো মোস্ট প্রবলি। রিপেয়ার কেমনে করে? করা যায় না এগুলো রে রিপেয়ার? এটা কি? Oh, take cover. Continue. লাস্ট সাইড থেকে মেবি আসবে, আমি জানি না। এই গেমটা ইন্টারেস্ট। ওকে, তো এখানে কি ড্রাগন? Murderer gun.
I'm ready for this. That's the last of them.
Light ammo. ওরা কি চুরি টুরি করে? I don't know.
You hiding?
Incoming. Can't get past that armor. Sure.
কই গেল? করতেছি না।
Hit him with something.
Finally more. বলছিল প্রেমিকে এতগুলো মাছ এদ্রেনো নেকলেস হেলমেট পাই। কি আছে এখানে? আছে নেই সরো। কিছু নেই এদের কাছে। ওর ঠিক
I wish I could do that.
Oh, nice. Assault rifle. Oh, nice. Finally. Nice. Inventory থেকে লেতে পাই। কি পাইছিল? এগুলো কি? আমার হেলমেট। এটা কি ফার্মার 9 আর more enemy. Take care.
I've got a
What are you doing?
We did it!
Nice. I need more ammo for the assault rifle. Nice, nice, nice. I think there are really no. I think. গেমটা অতটা অপটিমাইজড না। এদিকে এদিকে কই এটা কই
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. Yeah, go ahead and ignore the lady.
Nice.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Okay. অনেক সুন্দর কথা বলতেছে must be decent মানুষ. You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Okay. Reed sent me it. Is this your greenhouse? Looks like you made a home yourself out there. Pointed.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
You are living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery. That's about it. Reed asks you to consider coming back to the town. To make amends, something But coming back to town or losing power, I wasn't really listening. Okay.
Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Okay. Did ask me to divert your or over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant. Is serious. Good to cut off your power. Okay, ek number.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulation. I need where my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip 'em out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I'll consider it. What have you got against the town? I'm not looking to get mixed up in your a hero to you, mate. Problem tale.
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
You made your point, fair enough. I'll see what can I do. I don't much like you saying that at her face at me. Right? What do you have against people trying to make a living? Let's say I help you. What happened to that one?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
I guess you have a point. Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater? Remember?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
King Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Really? Dialogue বাড়াইতে skill track leadership instruction up now skills right parks available parks go available I mean keep stop no. I don't want to এটা বাইরে বেরো ঠিক আছে এখানে terminal. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, Jibo. Register. Most कर आपने okay what because gameটা interesting ভাবলাম না আর ভালো লাগতো জায়গা আমি little bit confused যাবা যাই No. Backpack. किरे भाई ना क्या बस सेल करबो क्या okay is interesting
I've always wanted to poke around in here.
From where, sir? Okay. রাস্তা আমি দেখতে কেমন ভাই obviously কোন একটা রাস্তা তো আছেই এরকম জায়গায় ঢোকা এটা
Got it. Heads down.
Heads down. Careful. Almost very full silam character এখানে সাথে দাঁড়ায় আছে এটা me hacker chicken dinner
Processing data. Security patrol initiated.
Got 'em all.
Okay, nice. Armor part. আর কই কোন দিকে যাবো কই যাবো হ্যালো পার্বতী where are you এদিকে edge water again তাহলে ঠিক আছে তো এইটাই নিচ্ছি
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
System performing.
Get past that armor! Not getting through! That's the last of them!
Okay, finally ভাই What the heck was that? তারপর আমার তো কেমন দরকার ভাই এখন কেমনগুলো তো হইব না ইনভেন্টরি থেকে গেছে হিরো কি বানানো যায় না কোন বিট এগুলা তো কি করে ইন্সপেক্ট এগুলার কি করে mods are great way to upgrade your very আপডেট কেমনে করবো তারপর ম্যাকপি তো চিনি না বুঝতে পাল্টাছি old junk আপডেট করবো কেমন ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড ব্রেক করলে আচ্ছা এটা কি কি বার হয়েছে weapon mode side to quick scope এটা কি কেমনে ইউজ করে কেমনে কেমনে খুলে এটা? চেঞ্জ করা যাইব এখান থেকে? বুঝতেছি না। I have no fucking. এটা কি? What? Inspect hammer. কেমনে না? আইডিয়া নাই। কি শহর বেরিয়ে? Let's see. তো আছে তো এমন দরকার। Plans to redirect power. Terminal तो इसको है कुछ ना?
Three switches. That'll be easy enough.
Easy तो मना होई तो से but I don't think that much. এইদিকে রাস্তাটা কই ভাই? রাস্তা কোন দিকে? তো শো করতে রাস্তায় পাইতেছে নাকি বাইরে থেকে রাস্তা? বাইরে থেকে রাস্তা হইব। Let's see. বুঝতেছি না গেমটা কিরকম। Owl hunt. Okay. আমার দ্বিতীয় কি রে ভাই? কোন দিকে? আমার heavy weapon. Sorry. Grenade launcher. Oh. Which? What did you say? Jaito. Okay. Grenade launcher. I'm done. Shield. My life. Terminal. Lock doll. Return. Okay. Personal. Terminal. Personal file. 2, 3, 4. Return to board. Yes. I think this was nice. Happy work. তো এখানে প্রত্যেকটা জিনিসই ইম্পর্টেন্ট। আই থিঙ্ক এখানে এনিমি আসছে। শর্ট দিয়েছি। পার্বতী সরি ম্যান। পিচ্ছি পিচ্ছি হয় না। I need heavy armors, not দরকার নেই। Energy light ammo. কিছু আছে এখানে? Okay. Light ammo, fun time barrel. So oh my god. Okay. Okay. Light. Come on. বাট প্রবলেম হইলো আমার তো এখন হেভি আর্মার গুলো শেষ। এখন আমি কি বাড়লা বানাবো ভাই? কাম অন, হেভি আর্মার কাম অন, হেভি আর্মার লাগবে। হেভি আর্মার সম্ভব। Why the heck is me? Finally. Pick up. Examine. Much obelings against. Terminal. ছিল আনলক কর। লাইট মেশিন গান weapon parts 2 alignment weapon nice light machine gun well done X-Men? I got you. উপরে তো যাই নাই উপরটাতে একটু ঘুরে আসি ওকে হ্যাকিং টুল ঘুরে আসি লাইট মেশিন গান অনেক কিছু আছে এনার্জি সেট জিনিস আছে আচ্ছা আমি নিজের কাজটা ফিরে আসি কেন ভাই
Just two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
Phantom!
What the heck are these? I don't know.
No, just leave me alone!
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. Got it? Inside voices.
Thank you.
We made it!
Finally. Finally I made it, yeah. Armor parts. Armor parts দিয়ে আমি কি বালটা ছিড়তে Armor 4 Armor 4 9 pills কি হইবে পিল খেলে এগুলা ওপেন করে কেমন আমরা একটু জাঙ্ক armor part কাগে জাঙ্ক জাঙ্কে দিছি কই দিছি মুভ জাঙ্ক জাঙ্ক এখানে আসবে একটা ইনপুট সমস্যাটা কই তো কিছুই বুঝতেছি এগুলার আমি একটা ইকুইপ একটা জাঙ্ক ড্রপ যদি আসলে 141 কিভাবে ইউজ Base health.
Where'd they go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the Vale?
I don't...
While searching.
Okay, sorry. Oh. Cell armor. Come on, key nai bhai. Pen nai. Okay. আচ্ছা ভাই বুঝলাম না ইজি আছে বাট কি জেল যেন করে I need to
The last. I'm not sure what the ride is. All I know is the decision's final.
I hope so. I think we should get out from there. Wait, wait. Wait a minute.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I don't mind hearing your opinion. I know exactly what I'm doing.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
I see your point. I think I'm ready to make a decision. It tells me Edgewater is going to die without workers and powers.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you. Don't worry about it. I was barely listening to you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Okay, Kormo. Use terminal. Property master redirect power. Keep going. Continue. The power regulator. Speak to people. কোন দিক দিয়ে যেন বেরোবো এই দিক দিয়ে ওকে তো আমার সাইড মিশনগুলো মেন মিশন শেষ করার আগেই করতে মোস্ট প্রবাবলি এই গেমের রুলস আই থিঙ্ক এখানে এক কেন হ্যাক করুন আমি হ্যাক করে তাও যদি হ্যাক disarm security fences and lock 3 exits. এগুলো হলো যে বোমার মতো ভেন্ডর ভেন্ডিং মেশিন কি হয় এখানে দিলে সেল আই ওয়ান্ট টু সেল এসব কাজে লাগ এটাও জানি না ভাই হিলিং ইনহ্যান্সার ফার্স্ট অফ অল কার এটা সেল করবো You have not yet unlocked the ability to sell to vending machines. Upgrade your hack skill. Table. Okay. কি করতে আমার নাকি করতে Come on. Vendor. Abbiamo tu no, Come on. Inventory তে যাই এটা বাট assault rifle এইটা নেই any number খারাপ না সুন্দর অনেক এই যে জায়গাটা বেশটা সুন্দর আই অ্যাকসেপ্ট এখানে আমি লুট করে দেখি কিছু না Instant ঠিক আছে এদিকে কই আই থিঙ্ক আমার উপরে দিকে হ্যাঁ এদিকে নাইস এখানে কেউ নাই সবাই কি চলে গেছে
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
I told you, weakness to his people bad. This isn't personal. I need your...
You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I'm willing to deal with for you. You're being unreasonable. Come back to it. What happened to you? All this anger had to come from somewhere.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Reed isn't going to just leave his spot. I'll need some help convincing him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
You think that will convince Reed to step down? That's disgusting. What happens when you run out the corpses?
I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Okay. Thomas Cam. Look at him. Up. I keep up. Good. This is hard. এটা আমার মনে হয় না আমি ভালো করছি। আমার মনে হয় রিডের কাছ থেকে ওইটা নেওয়া উচিত। আমি এটা কি nice. Bye. Explore the world. A tactical time duration. Damage when alone. Weapon and armor durability. Big chance. Vendor prices. XP from skill. Carrying capacity. Walk speed, sprint speed. Bye.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, how are you? Hi. Hi. Hello.
Are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town.
But okay. I'm trying to get my ship compliment.
Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late to start learning. I could give you a couple of pointers. Maybe you should come clean them. Why are you telling me this? So lucky your camp is full of idiots. First one is better.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
I'll let you know if I find anything. I accept a fair price for my trouble. Even toothpaste. What about this part?
I wish I knew. I wager the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say. Would you? I'd be grateful.
I won't survive without power. It's time to go back to Edgewater. I want to ask you something.
What's on your mind? Luck, mostly. Nothing's needed serious repairing yet. Nothing's broken down that we can't just replace with something scavenged from the outskirts. Well, not until the power went and cut out. Now everyone's giving me sidelong looks, expecting me to work some miracle and get the generator humming again.
How long you won't survive without the power this time? Go back.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. I mentioned those manuals on mechanical engineering. Suppose if I had one of those, I could go back to read and make a real case for myself.
I should go.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. I mentioned those manuals on mechanical engineering. Suppose if I had one of those, I could go back to read and make a real case for myself.
Okay, I should go.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here.
The heck, man?
I get sick thinking. I mentioned those manuals.
This conversation, okay?
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand.
The matter's been weighing on me. Fact is, I can't go anywhere long as Zoe's missing. Disappeared without a trace. Marauders took her, I suspect.
You could always go looking for her. Don't tell me.
I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma.
Okay, Ninja. Where she might be hiding?
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
Maybe not. I'll keep. It's not around her.
Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skills far as I could tell.
Any chance here you could point me somewhere specific?
Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Useless murders go to her, then part of her could be in a lot of places.
Could do without the gallows humor. I'll tell you what I can.
How the hell? How well do you know her?
Well enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
Okay.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own. What is it?
3 review. What? Okay. Talk to him. For what?
Any luck finding what?
Nah, I should find his thing so.
One of us want to go see what
How to... I don't know.
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
Yep. Parvati. Objective. Vendor vending. Landing site. Pick it up. The bullet waiting for action. Okay, you can connect it. Okay. Them to connect it. Stealing কিন্তু মনে হয় না এখানে কিছু দূর
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
I spoke to Adelaide. She won't come back as long as you are here. Deliver your message. I haven't convinced anyone to talk about something.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town.
A change of leadership might be what this town needs.
Her son got sick with plague a couple years back. Company never gave us enough medication to treat the whole town. So I had to choose, you see. Adelaide's child or someone else's. She's never forgiven me. I don't expect she ever will.
You say you have done for this, but all I see is a town falling to make a decision. Maybe it's time to step down.
I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I'm a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Already people aren't getting sick. Adelaide made it clear she won't return unless you leave. I'll think about this.
Unless you can demonstrate to me that we are helpless without her, I see no reason why I should stand down.
Pursuit 10. Found a way to grow food. You will come back if you step down.
You will excuse me for being skeptical? How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
I twin. Oh my god. Look great. All I know is that it involves me some complicated math. He is using human crops, her crops with a special fertilizer.
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery.
I'm not in mood to argue. You want Reddish help? Step down. This town needs a relative. Don't come as less.
So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom.
Do what you want, but I'm not the one running the town to the ground. The town could use all the help it can get. I can make.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
You don't have to do this, you know. This can't be easy for you. What are your plans?
I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs. I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy. A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement. I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week.
অনেক ইজি ছিল ওদের ওকে ইমপ্রেস করা অনেক easy.
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for, even if they don't care much for me.
Preparation. I noticed you mention your dad a lot, but never your mother. Perception. I'm sorry. It must seem very fun to you.
That's on account of how I never met her.
You mean she's dead?
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Is that normal? That's inhuman.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Must seem very fun. Okay.
Something you need?
Yeah.
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
I have lately seen a man with a bigger or more obvious crush. Are you sure? Nearly fell over when he saw you. That fool, he was taking of a wrench.
He never told me a word to that effect. And since he didn't, I didn't have to say nothing about feeling different. And nothing had to get weird. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
Yes. Okay. Mission commit. That activate. Come on. Defeat our foes. Help the chairman and minister Clark. So guys, thanks for watching. অনেক গেমটা অনেক ভালো লাগছে আমার। I hope it was একটা game. I appreciate